Alright, so this originally had sound, but something happened to my microphone, and I'm afraid I'm having to do a voiceover on what I just did. So for this reading, I am pulling the Rider-Waite-Smith deck because I felt that it was useful for this client reading. And I'm going to do, actually what I do is, before I start the shuffle here, I'm actually going to sit and meditate it for a little bit. So do the breathe in, breathe out. I have the little rose quartz heart there, so I can use it for intention. And do a little quick meditation with it. Bring forth the intentions for a good romance reading, to bring forth all the good energies and the good truth from the cards there. So before I do any reading, I like to do that really quick. So once I'm ready, I'm going to do this. I'm going to shuffle this deck 5 times because that is my personal magical correspondence number that works very well. Do 5 shuffles there. And I'm sorry that this video didn't work out quite like I wanted it to. I did a really amazing reading through the camera, and my computer decided it wasn't going to record my voice. It's recording voice in this program, but not so much in the camera app. So once again, I greatly apologize about that. I hope that you can find this workable for your needs here. And I'm going to do my best to say what was said during the reading. I have a nice 5-card reading, 5-card spread, that I'm going to pull for my client here. And of course, I'm a little bit clumsy with the cards here. Pick those up. Now they're all nice and shuffled, and I'm going to pull these 5 cards. First, got the second one there. 3, move that aside. 4, and here we go. 5. So, bring back up my spread book here. Oops. The first card is going to be, Are You Ready for Love? That's this one there, the Page of Swords. Now, the Page of Swords is a young character. They can be somewhat naive and immature, which is not a bad thing. But however, they are the thinkers, and they have a lot of knowledge that they're working on obtaining. So think about this in context of, are you ready? Are you ready for this love? You might be mentally ready, but are you truly ready deep inside? You might be ready to spring out and go, but it's no good if you don't have that solid foundation. Could be a little bit flighty, so just watch yourself there. Don't get too impulsive there. And there's not a bad thing, it's just how it is, which is fine. We all got to work on ourselves just a little bit sometimes. Now, number 2. That's the Lover's characteristics. Now we got the Hermit card. Now the Hermit, I guess he's also an intellectual, but he's kind of an introvert. This character tends to hang by themselves, keeping to themselves. They go and seek out new knowledge. They might be a teacher, somebody that either you look up to, other people look up to. Consider people like this in your life and see, who do you look up to enough to consider to be the Hermit? He's a good character, though. He's a good person. He's very good-hearted. He doesn't want to be the center of attention. And this represents the Lover's characteristics right now. Somebody that you can work with who is pretty smart and is not afraid to speak their mind, but they kind of outlie on the sidelines. And think about that. Think about people you might know that fit this description. You might know this person. However, we'll be looking at that in a second. The third card is going to be how you meet or how you've met. Now, I find this card very interesting for this position here. And I went on saying that I'm seeing this being, you're meeting this person more at a social gathering, a place where you're going to meet others, or, you've been invited to a party or a event by a friend. Now, the person on the top, I do go into this a little bit more in a second. The person on the top I see as being someone that could be introducing you to this other person. See the way their hands are held up like that? It's like, here you go. You've met each other. Now, become a relationship, And I kind of see it's kind of hard to dub this over the video. I kind of see the person on the left there being you. And and what I'm seeing with the tree there, I'm seeing this happening sometime in the spring. And I'm also feeling that this might also happen closer to February. That is the now over there on the right. That is what's happening now, which is paving the way towards the spring. So late winter, early spring, February time, when there's love in the air, when the sun is up there getting brighter, things are growing, and people are finding love together. That's how I see this happening. So pay attention to friends that might know somebody, and think about getting yourself out there more during the February month or around this time period here, because you never know. You might be finding this one person here during that time. Keep that in mind as you go along. The fourth card is going to be, okay. I don't remember what I'm discussing there, but that's okay because I am covering everything I have said within this video, just at a different pace. Now, this is about the relationship, which is the Tower, which right off could mean kind of like a chaotic relationship. It could be the initial spark. It's an exciting relationship, that is for sure, but it does have its ups and downs, and literally those downs there, as the character is falling down. But you want to know that sometimes, I feel like this relationship is going to push you out of your comfort zone, big time. That you're going to be, even though this person looks like the quiet type, they are actually pushing you out of your boundaries and making you explore other things. So this is going to be an upheaval in your life, a little bit of a change. So if you find that some of this fire and sparks in this tower becomes too much to take, that you find that you're competing with this partner a little bit too much, that you're butting heads, you're not obligated to stay in this relationship. I just want you to remember that, because that is very important. You don't want to be in a relationship that's going to be uncomfortable to you. But this also could represent the honeymoon period, where everything is exciting, everything is new. So keep that in mind. But I don't want you to feel that you need to stay with somebody that's going to cause you discomfort. But this is going to be what I feel to be an exciting relationship at the start. And that can be fun. That could be a good thing. It might change the way you view things. It might change the way you see yourself. And that is not a bad thing. It's more of a challenge. But after that challenge, once we put this card down, we're going to go down to the potential of the relationship. Look like I'm about to throw that card across the room, which is a bit silly. But the potential of the relationship. Come on, put that card down. I'm sorry that it turned out this way. I like this next card. The one at the bottom there is the potential of the relationship. Pick it up. Thank you. Now, this is the Seven of Pentacles. This guy has grown his seeds there. He's planted those seeds that turned into, we call those fruits. I mean, they're coins, but he's actually caused something to grow. He's done the work. He's been patient, and it was all worthwhile. So with this relationship, we can see that through hard work and perseverance, that it can become a very steady relationship, a very strong relationship that just blossoms into something amazing. You're creating that foundation together. So after that initial explosion up there, you're going to have finally settled down and created something amazing together. So while it might start crazy, you all go through the honeymoon period, you all explore, maybe you travel, do something fun, but then you settle down and create that foundation, create those roots, and now you have a happy home together. So now that we've looked at all the cards, what I liked about that one is that that character, that hermit, is looking towards the character that represents you over there. What I was saying is that it seems very funny that that character could turn, that quiet character could turn into that tower there. But anyways, together, he's looking towards you there, which is, I think, is a good thing, because that means that this person is ready for a relationship. This person's ready to go. And your character there is looking towards the Lover's card, which means you are definitely ready to go that way. You're ready to spring forward. However, just, watch your step there. You don't want to trip over that little black mark on the ground. I guess that's a signature. Don't trip over that in your haste to get into that relationship. It's just something that came to me. Because, they want the Page of Swords can be very impulsive. That's what the word I'm looking for. Impulsive. So you want to just be careful with that. You're too impulsive, you get into that relationship too quick, and you can have that tower situation act up big time in a bad way. You don't want that to be in a negative way. So a tower in the top can mean that is the short term, and the card on the bottom is the long term foundation, which is a good thing. It shows that in the end it's going to be a very steady relationship. Now, at this part, this is where I'm kind of giving you some homework that I want you to write a journal. So in this journal, I really want you to write, ignore this reading for right now, because in your journal, I want you to write about yourself first. Who are you as a person? What are your goals, your aspirations? Doesn't have to be long, just something quick. And then I want you to write about your potential lover. Who do you want in your life? What kind of person do you see yourself with? And then I also want you to write about your ideal relationship. So do some writing about this ideal relationship. And once you've done writing all these things, I want you to come back to this reading, look at these cards. You could even look these cards up online. I do not mind. They can give you some greater insight. And then after you do those journals, come back to this reading and compare. Compare yourself to that Page of Swords. Compare your potential lover to that Hermit. Compare your relationship to your ideal relationship to the Tower and the Seven of Pentacles. And even look at that Lover's card. Consider who might be in your life that could create this relationship, who could bring it into the forefront and actually cause you to meet this person. There's a lot to think about here, and writing about it is very important, because once you write things down, not only are you learning about yourself and what you want, you're also putting out more intentions. You say, hey, universe, this is what I am, this is what I want, so let's get with the program here. So, and also, once again, check out the February times and see what happens at that time there. And I'd love for you to email me back with any questions you might have about this reading. And also, should all this happen, just as the cards say, please let me know. Please let me know any happy things you might have going on. If you found a nice partner who loving and amazing, I would love to hear about it. I mean, you're not obligated to, but I do like to hear these stories. I like to hear how my readings have helped others. And also, I want to leave you, besides the homework, I want to leave you with some affirmations here that I am worthy of love. I am loved. I deserve happiness. And I deserve an amazing life. I have an amazing life and I am a wonderful soul. Say something along those lines in the morning. Tell yourself that you love yourself. We don't tell ourselves that we love ourselves enough. And you're worthy of these. You're worthy of that love and you're worthy of that everything. So with all that in mind, leave you here with this reading. This is Little Fang Tarot signing out. Thank you for joining me. Lots of love. Mwah.